But what I am saying to the Prime Minister, I'm not the enemy. I'm just the messenger. And what Jamaica is asking for is a period of truth, equality, justice, and rid of corruption. You see, if we can get those, the crime rate, Roger, possibly, not saying it will, but the probability, the laws of probability would be, if people get opportunities, if people get jobs, if they get better paying jobs, then a life of crime.
The issue is, truthfully, Jamaica has got to come to a place of reconciliation.
Truth and reconciliation.
Truth and reconciliation. And it's not just for the JP, it's also for the people.
And it's also for the church. The church needs to do it as well.
All these agents and
the social institutions
in society who really not done what they
ought to be doing
have got to come clean. And I think nowadays, because of the kind of attack that the government is seeing, it's unprecedented from the media, it's unprecedented from
the church,
it's unprecedented
private sector.
Well, no, the private sector don't really. They
have been talking a little, but not much.
Right. I mean,
but then the ordinary community of people, Roger.
But there is
the civil society, the public servant.
There is a willingness in the atmosphere
for change.
For people to speak what is not acceptable anymore.
When I say
welcome to that kind of world. The only kind of democracy that will survive is a democracy that can handle criticism and that can handle the rigors and the accountability.
You know, I'm going to say to you,
that comes with
Jermaine,
with governance.
You know what, I'm going to ask you this question. When I see a detective police that is talking out about the kind of victimization that she's possibly about to get, it is showing me that I must continue to inspire. Because Wayne Lonesome, that I've been on his program from time to time, I've been saying, Andre, the amount of people who have called me since you have started to talk, they want to join the conversation. The partner draw is not a conversation, Jermaine and Roger, about monetary gains, you know. It's about a new Jamaica, where if Floyd Green is wrong, he's charged. Just as how Siloni, who has a mental illness, was charged $120,000. Just as how Mama San from Marvelly was charged $45,000 each. Pepper sprayed, and you see I sent you the videos. Pepper sprayed, and done what? Abused. Come on, battered. Jermaine, how do you feel as a man with a disability? Do you feel as though you have the equal rights like Andrew Holness' children? No. We have never had a conversation about true equality, Roger. Equality that sees that not because you're a professor and I am a madman on the road. Look at the young lady yesterday right there on South Camp Road, Roger, in naked, and people just videoing her. Where is the compassion from Jamaica and Jamaicans to have covered her, to hold her down and carry her to a hospital? Bellevue is just across the road. These are the things that makes me cry, Roger. These are the things that's why I cannot sleep at night.
Instead of responding as a brother to a sister,
everybody videoing it.
And found it funny.
When I look at another video of how them stabbing up a man in Halfway Tree on Monday, and everybody's around, nobody is calling for peace, Jermaine. Nobody's coming, let us reason it out. Where is the restorative justice that we have on record? Horace Chang, how do you feel this morning? He's saying eyes on real estate crooks. Who made these people crooks?
But I think the Prime Minister has thrown it out, and I keep going back to it. He said we've got to come to this point when we value the lives of each other. That is not a small
talk, you know.
It's profound, you know. People have glossed over it. And typically the media wasn't
going to divulge and going to. But we this morning going to talk about it. A new Jamaica. A new Jamaica about values and attitudes. Remember when Sir Queen's Counsel P.J. Patterson, the most honorable Percival James Patterson, started the Values and Attitudes program? And Bruce Golding carried it on. And Peter Bunting at the time did say unite for change. Who is saying what now? Believe? It can't be believed. We need a new Jamaica. We need a Jamaica. If Bobby Montague is accused of corruption, he's not removed from a ministry and sent into another ministry to do the same thing and probably worse. Because here's what. He has no control. That's the kind of Jamaica, Jermaine, that I am fed up about. When I look at my friend Roger, who is an academia, Roger is one of the more brilliant people on the campus. Roger deserves to be at a level where he's consulting not on just Jamaica, but on crime, on economic prowess and deprivation. When he can say to Jamaica, Roger reads people well. He can read a lot. Why can't we find more Roger Bens in society? Why can't we find more Jermaines in society who can reason out things? Why can't you find more Andres in society? So that's the kind of thing this morning. So what's in the news, Roger?
Well, you know, it's the same kind of turn of the mill stuff happening. It says eyes on real estate crooks. This is something we touched base on
Monday,
and
it's coming out now. I tell you, New Stock is really taking up things, you know.
So apparently, 3 of Jamaica's top investigative bodies have turned their searchlights on the real estate market, where ill-gotten money is being channeled to fund construction projects.
Wow.
Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang told his parliamentary colleagues on Tuesday that he was expecting to see results this year from probes being carried out by the Financial Investigation Division, that's FID,
MOCA,
the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA,
yes,
the Counter-Terrorism and Organized
CTOC,
Crime and Investigation Branch, CTOC.
What a bangarang said it means saying there is some truth that there are really illegal activities happening in the developers' world. But I'm going to say this to you. Who create them? Who enable them? Who put them at the level that them can be uncontrolled now?
Hold on.
It's the same system, Roger.
Security forces are aware and are taking a closer look at these things, and I expect to see some results come out of it during the course of this year.
Means a man I go get locked up.
FID, MOCA and CTOC, we should be able to begin to identify and bring to book some of these operatives.
Mighty God, eternal Father Jermaine, bless our land. Guide us with your mighty what? Keep us free from evil powers.
Whoa.
Imperialism and mash up Jamaica, Jermaine.
Ill-gotten money.
But a lot of the evil powers are right here on the island.
Yes! A lot of them are here on the island, Jermaine. But I'm going to say to you, say, Father, I go uproot them. You hear the Bible say, him expose everything when ugly. Roger, 250 Jamaicans yesterday get displaced by flood in St. Mary and Portland too. And I'm going to say to you, climate change is real. I never hear about them at Every Waters in my 30 years in a January. So what I'm saying to you, that climate change is happening. Climate change is real. And we need to do something for a new Jamaica too. Because if look rain fall at Portland and St. Mary, and 250 people out at this place, judge if Hurricane Andre come. Judge if Hurricane Raja come. Judge if Hurricane Jermaine come. Or judge if the tsunami and Raja Jermaine. Because you know tsunami can come in 3. What a bangarang pan the land.
I'm wondering 2 things. I'm wondering how much of the road work that we've done for the highways
a mash up. But then the truth is junction. It is alleged that Junction Main Road is on a pause because the people on mostly Junction Main Road are said to be of a orange side. It is alleged, Roger, that the Prime Minister put a pause on that main road because of political lineage. If I saw Prime Minister, I need to stop. Because road have nothing to do with who And how? Because road is infrastructure. Road is investment. Everybody drive on the road. The dumb, the different, all the evil crime people them, the criminals them. And the roads them so bad. So that's why when if you catch them bit easier.
Everybody who benefits from road, but it is something that the government has taken from taxpayers.
It's all our taxpayers' dollars.
It's all our taxpayers' dollars. And we can't say everyone don't pay tax because we have eaten tax food.
Lord Jesus.
If you eat in this country, you're a taxpayer.
Roger, you know how much for a pound of flour now?
No, you know, but
$85 per pound. Coming from
and they
30.
applied the 7% tax on the increase?
Yeah. So it moved from $70 per pound to $85.
70 to 85.
So bread gone up now.
Bread gone up to 420 now, probably 450 per bread. When bread
has been sold for $500.
Yes. 500. Yeah, for one bread. No, chicken 3 years ago was $170 per pound. Chicken has doubled to $340 and $350, $360 per pound. A tin, the little tin of tin mackerel that was for $75 now $120 on average. So I'm going to say to you, Roger, does the Prime Minister know the reality that food shortage and food security is a major thing very soon? And if it is a major, come on, let him sit there. Morning, my friend.
I would want to say to Jamaican, based on what I'm seeing unfolding, you see that little house, you see that little cattle you have in the country, you're applying to
plant it. Me not sell it. Roger, I'm going to say to you, we were having a discussion about, Jermaine, we were having a discussion on Monday, remember, Ricardo? And we were talking about Jamaica being, we need to have zones of commercial land. It's only Jamaicans own it. You know, in Dubai, there are certain places that not foreign nationals cannot buy.
They're prohibited, yeah.
They're prohibited. Roger, so why foreign national want coffee country? You know mad? You know really mad? They wanted Goat Island. They want prime real estate. Mona.
Wait, are you having a problem with the fact that they want it?
Yes, it's wrong.
Why shouldn't they want it?
Why should they want it? Because it should be developed by Jamaicans for Jamaicans.
That's the issue that we have to deal with.
The issue that needs to deal with comes from a policy level. A policy level, Ricardo. It comes from a policy level where 100... No, you can't change it. We have to just use it together. You and I need to understand that if the Prime Minister decides, it must be a policy direction, Jermaine, where the Prime Minister decides that there are some areas in the country that is only for Jamaican nationals, Roger. That sounds reasonable to me. Tell me if it don't sound reasonable, Roger. Roger.
Even those nations in the global north are exhibiting that kind of protectionism.
Protectionism.
To reserve places of their countries for locals only, quite frankly.
But why is it that we're not having that situation, Jamaica? We're not having that situation because the Jamaica that we need is selfish, and we always not sell out to sell. It is also alleged that the Prime Minister has sat and signed off with Bangil developers on the lands for mining. Why do we need to mine everything, Roger? Why can't we turn it in some real estate? Do we know that Jamaica has one of the best waters in the world? Why then are you going to mash up your watersheds for development? What we need is proper housing solutions in Kingston, St. Catherine and St. Andrew, where zinc fence are removed and we put up proper housing structures, proper project structures, so that zinc fence are removed, so them can fight crime. Looking in East Kingston yesterday or Monday, look at the high-level guns that they found. Where is the guns and drugs campaign? The weapons of warfare is carnal. It is a carnal affair, Roger. And we must know that Jamaica is also another spiritual attack. And this spiritual attack has left a lot of bloodshed on the land. And me no want nobody come tell me, so when me attack, say, me sound like a spiritual conspiracist. How you feel have a Jamaican or a Jamaica with over 125 murders in 1 month, and Haiti with the more guns than Jamaica, with 11.5 million Jamaicans, Asians, and yet still their murder rate per 100,000, Roger, is 6%.
Syria facing a civil war.
Syria facing a civil war, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Jamaica. Ricardo, that's the kind. Yes, we have to compare it.
No, we have to, as much as that topic is interesting, we also move on to other issues happening in the headline. Price hikes pounding pockets of poor.
Of course. And that's why I'm going to ask you this one question. Let me just ask this one question. Where is the welfare system through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to give those families, those past families, those people who are elders in the community that goes on and